Alright, so, last time on Burnout Revenge, we finished the crash events. And all in all, there were 50 of them. And although I was a little bit disappointed to not get any further cars won from finishing the crash events after I unlocked the classic Crasher, I am strongly convinced in saying the bonus prize cars are most likely linked to the challenge sheets that we have been trying to fill out throughout this game. But since all the crashing is now done, we can actually get back to the racing. And I think last time, from what I checked, we did the tier 7 races. And now that we've pretty much completed the first 7 tiers, we can now move on to our final 3 tiers, as we begin in Eternal City. And we've got a choice between a Crash Breaker race and a Traffic Attack. And I think for this, let's check. Win a race without crashing. That is going to be a tough one. And the other one we've got Special Car in Eternal City. I am definitely going to get that one. I guarantee it. So you know what? We're going to do the Traffic Attack first. And actually, you know what? I might consider using the Black Elite Racer because we can actually race that thing. Can we actually race any of the cars we used for the crash events? It doesn't look like it. Well, it was worth a look. So you know what? I think because this isn't going to be too hard, let's use... It's between the Criterion R195 and the Black Elite Racer. Yeah, screw it, we'll use the Black Elite Racer. Although getting a thumbnail for this thing is going to be hard. But you know what? I think this car is fast, and I don't think we're going to have too much trouble getting the gold. Okay, hopefully I did manage to get 1 or 2 decent shots of that car. And this, I think, should be easy. So we need 1 million for a gold, 400,000 for a silver, 250,000 for a bronze. Most of these Traffic Attack events, by the way, they're pretty freaking easy, if you're wanting my advice. At least that's what I think, and immediately I hit a bus. So not the best of starts, if I do say so myself. And I hit another bus. We are off to a splendid start. And somehow I got a trick shot, even though that was not intended on being a trick shot. I am forgetting how to traffic attack properly. I should have hit that car. And I am forgetting how to drive as well. Okay, I really need a combo. Combo would be really helpful right about now. If I could get one... Damn it. Okay, I need to pick the base up, or else my time is going to be lost. Okay, I think I saved myself there for a moment. Just a moment, though. Okay, come on. I need a combo or something, at least. A combo would work really nicely right about now. Okay, I think I just saved myself some time there. So hopefully that was enough. Okay. I'm just kind of getting used to the feel of driving again because I've been crashing so much recently. That, okay, we're now into double cash. I think I should be on course to get the bronze at least. As long as I don't wreck myself again before I reach 1,000,000. Okay, we've got the bronze. And I just managed to avoid drilling myself into those two trucks. Now I need to make sure that I continue this somehow. And somehow that was a trick shot. Don't know how I got it, but it was definitely a trick shot. I will guarantee that. Okay, those cars saved me. Thank God for that. Okay. I think I need to be meticulous but conservative as to how I approach this. Because I want to make sure that I am at least grinding high enough. Okay, we've got the silver. Now I just need to survive and make sure I get the gold. Okay, I think that should have given me some running room now. Okay. Oh, thank God for that. My life flashed right before my eyes. I was pretty sure that was going to fail, but thankfully it didn't. Alright, now we're talking. Now we're really getting a combo going here. Don't hit the truck. Okay, I did not hit the truck. Okay. We're now into... And my car is wrecked. Unless it somehow isn't. It somehow isn't. Okay. Nearly at 800,000. Can I get there? Son of a bitch. Why did I think that was a left turn? God damn it. What is wrong with me? You can clearly tell I have not been driving for a while. And I think that is definitely catching up to me. Okay, come on. I need more time. Need more time. Give me more time. Okay, I think that's enough. Hopefully now I can get the gold. Would honestly be upset if I didn't get the gold on this one. Okay, we just got it. Now I need to make sure I secure it. And I think that's where it's gonna end. I've definitely wrecked myself enough times to say that's where it's gonna end. Okay, 1.043 million. Still enough for the gold, so I don't care. And we've also unlocked a new car as well. And further adding to our elite rank. Okay, on to the next one. Factory M-Type GT. My god, does this thing look like a race car? And I mean a proper race car. Even though in some cases you could argue these are basically homologation specials from the original models. But anyway. That's the traffic attack now done, so we might as well do the crash breaker race. And use the car we just won. This. The Factory M-Type GT. And the colour we're going to drive it in... not really leaving much in terms of choice, but... Let's go with... Yeah, fuck it, we'll drive this thing in blue. I think this thing looks alright in blue. He is just way the fuck ahead of us right now. And there goes my shot at winning, because... that. Oh, I got a signature takedown. Elevated action. Okay. I was honestly just waiting to see how long it was. Wait, is that the leader up ahead? That is the leader up ahead. And now I have actually taken first. So now I have to make sure I hold on to it somehow. And boy, is that going to be an ordeal. Especially with the Black Elite Racer right behind me. He is gonna be fucking me up with his superior speed. Okay, come on, don't rack, don't rack, don't rack, don't rack. Okay, I did not rack that time. Come on. That's it. Just keep it together and then you should be fine. And... well, at least I got the signature takedown. However, I have to try that again, because I'm not gonna let a cheating scum like him... because I am not gonna let a cheating scum like him beat me in a race that way. I was very clearly robbed of that win. Okay, let's try this again. We do have another signature takedown at least. But we are now going to try this again. And we are going to use the same car we used before, because I think this thing can win. It's just a matter of how I think this thing can win. Okay. If there is one thing I can establish about this whole thing, it's that I think with me being at a boost speed disadvantage to the guy driving the Black Elite Racer, I think it's obvious to say that by the way he is shunting me. Okay, and now we're getting some takedowns on the board. And I get double payback. Nice. I paid back the guy who wrecked me. Which in all honesty is what I was hoping for. How did I not wreck there? I have no idea how I survived that, but I did. Without crashing. That was definitely a lucky escape. If I ever saw one. Okay, here he is. I'm gonna make sure I take this bastard down. He is not beating me again. Not like the way he did before. Oh wait, that wasn't him. Is he even in this race? Because if he is, then I'm gonna make sure I give it to him. Well, at least I gave it to the stock car. I think... oh wait, that wasn't the Black Elite Racer. Well, he must not be present in this race. But if he was, then I would definitely whoop his ass. I would make damn sure to whoop his ass. Yeah, getting the bonus challenge without crashing in a race, that's only going to happen in a 1-lap race, not in a 2-lap race. There is honestly just way too much chaos for me to get that reward in a multiple lap race. It's just not going to happen, Chief. Yeah! Triple payback. At least I know the guy who wrecked me before. Now I have to wreck him back. And I think he wrecked himself. And you know what? I am fine with that. Okay, heading past the Colosseum once again. I don't know where the third signature takedown spot is, but I do know that I have 2 of them now here at Eternal City. And there's the guy who wrecked me before, and I get my revenge takedown. And I also get a trading paint bonus as well. Nice. I think it might be here where that signature takedown is. On those stairs. I think that might be the area where the signature TD is. And I wreck. Yo, 4-way payback. Let's fucking go. I did not think that was going to be a 4-way payback, but I am so glad it was. And that guy wants to wreck me, but I am going to make sure I do everything in my power to make sure he doesn't get it. Because I am making sure to go smoke and mirrors. Yep, that guy wants me to die. And he killed himself. Or basically I killed him, because it was a takedown. Okay. Come on, don't choke, don't choke, don't choke, don't choke, don't choke, don't choke, don't choke. Please don't choke. Come on, stay in front, 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 stay in front. Okay, we got it. Got there eventually. I think that was relief more than anything else, but so glad I got the gold that time around. But anyway, there we go. Our second race event of Tier 8 is now done. Now we have to get through the rest. Or however many I decide to do. Okay. Hopefully that now redeems us from the previous mistakes we made. And the other events are locked, so White Mountain is where we need to head. Done 7 of 8 challenges. This one is going to be hellacious. Because aside from me having to somehow keep it clean, I also have to somehow stay out of the traffic. So that is probably going to be the hardest challenge I beat, is what me thinks. Anyway, on to the Eliminator at White Mountain. And where this time... let's go with... yeah, we'll go with the R195DX. Because why not? And... yeah, we'll drive this thing in grey. Why not? So, I'm going to ignore everything that took place in the previous attempt, because in all honesty, it just was not worth salvaging. Especially with how stupid the way it ended was. I almost thought for sure that might have been a double, but no, he wrecked himself. And I am going to make sure this time I stay on the road. And the EA Racer is not... motherfucker. I'm so glad he ended up behind me. Because if he hadn't, I would have been pissed off by this point. Why do I keep thinking I am going to make the jumps without the boost? Am I literally insane? I think I might just be insane. Okay, well at least I got one of my challenges back. I think the other one I need is Explosive Payback. And maybe I can get that, if I'm lucky. Maybe. And I do. You know what? I am okay with that. It was a double, and I am still out in front. And this time, I'm gonna make absolutely sure that I fucking hold on to this. Because if I don't, then I will be very upset. And also because in general, well, the tier 8 races so far, if I was to summarise them in one word, I would call them frustrating. As in frustrating to the point where I know I both could have and should have won, and yet on both occasions... it felt like I was ratted out. Like, it felt as though the game just basically killed me for being a rat. That's not to say I have any personal hate towards the game, but at this point in time, so far, it has been frustrating. But at least this time I have held on. And I got 2 challenges to boot as well, which was my plan all along. And we've got another new ride. Nice. So there we go, perfect rating, and another gold. Now let's see what new car we got. Oh, hello. What have we got here? The modified R202 GT. This is definitely a car I should drive. So first of all, we got explosive payback. And in all honesty, that was intentionally designed, I should say. And we also got the special car takedown as well. So that's now 6 of 8 challenges we have completed at White Mountain. And now, all we have to do is get on with whatever the other 2 challenges are. So back to Eternal City. And we've got yet another traffic attack. You want to know what car I'm going to use this time? Well, I'm going to use this one. And the colour we're going to drive it in... Sure, this'll work. Let's go and give it a shot. Okay, so 600,000 is our gold target. 200,000 the silver, and 50,000 for the bronze. Got 25 seconds on the clock, so something tells me we should be able to get this one depending on how much traffic there is. And already off to a good start, so let's see how much further we can take this. And already reaching the bronze. That did not take too long at all. So, I think this is going to be pretty easy. In terms of really stringing it together. Because there is so much traffic. And this is what I am working to my advantage. Because I can. And also because I know at some point that singular cache is going to become double cache. And that works as well. Right, 190, so I think we're gonna... Yep, there's the 200. Okay, so taking it slow, but being meticulous about it. That's kind of the way you have to be with this. And so far at least, things are going pretty well. And so, my trick shots continue. Don't want to hit the bus, because I don't have a car in front of me. And also because that means death, basically. Okay, come on, save me, save me, save me, save me, save me, save me. Okay, you saved me. Okay. We're back in the game again. And so far, so good. Let's Let's make sure we keep this one going. Also, that was huge. That was huge in my quest for the gold. Okay, might need to start putting some speed into this now. Just to make absolutely sure I secure it. And that worked as well, so... let's keep this one going. And maybe, if possible, we can get another saving grace. Okay, we're over 10 grand away from the gold now, so we should be able to get it. And there it is. That is the gold! I will also be surprised if this is where I actually end up winning without crashing. Although since I'm running into traffic, that probably won't count. But either way, had some clean races before where I haven't wrecked, so maybe this will be the same. Maybe. Or that's what I would hope. Although I still don't think it counts. But anyway. You know what? I think I have been wrecking long enough now, so I think I'm just gonna get it out of my system now. Probably just park it somewhere. Yeah, park it up here. Will this count as winning a race without crashing? I doubt it will, but it's worth a shot. I mean, the gold definitely counts, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so we got the modified M-Type GT. Have I got the challenge requirement though? I doubt I have. And driving the Etnice Racer around the highways of Motor City. Yeah, I'm not doing that yet. I don't think that really fills out the requirement for that. No, it doesn't. Okay, so it has to be an actual race. It's either going to be this or White Mountain that is probably going to be the hardest to win without crashing. But anyway, another one bites the dust. And since we don't have any race events to do right now, we might as well do the Motor City preview. Okay, let's go. So it's a 1:33 for a gold, a 1 minute 50 for a silver, and a 2:05 for a bronze. This could be interesting. And we need to complete the Motor City challenge sheet in order to unlock this car. Okay. First things first, I need some boost. If I am to get the gold, I desperately need some boost. Boost is very necessary for this. I may also need to take some shortcuts as well if possible. Okay. See if we can keep this! Damn it. And already there goes the gold. I think that's where the gold has gone. And the gold has now definitely gone if I ever had it before. And my voice is going away as well. Which means that my throat is extremely dry. And that I am just completely overreacting. me. I would be amazed if that's even good enough for a silver, because this lap has been fucking awful. I am not happy with that in any way whatsoever. I'm definitely trying that again. Wasn't even good enough for the awesome rank. Right, trying this again, because this lap sucked. I am trying this again. I am also getting some more water because my throat is dying. This is one sleazy little son of a bitch, if I do say so myself. It's sleazy to the point where I know it can be achieved in terms of getting the awesome rating and also getting the gold, but I am struggling to try and do both at the same time. And that's where the ordeal really seems to be setting itself in, as I was mistaken into thinking that was a shortcut. And that probably was a shortcut that I just missed. Although I have established getting the awesome rating, not as hard as you think it is. As long as you're able to get a bonus for basically driving through the traffic. Okay, well, I'm in a good position so far, so maybe I can maintain that. Maybe. Okay, I think I've now got the awesome rating, now I just need to get the gold. And there we go, gold with less than 4 seconds to spare. Alright, now we've got the perfect rating. And now we can get on with our next few events. Let's go. Okay. That is the preview lap now done, and our next event is probably going to be at White Mountain. By the way, how many events have we done now? Is that 3 or 4? Oh, we've done 5 events. And we've now won 54 cars. You know what? I think just because there is one event available for me to do at the moment, I might as well get on with that. The Road Rage. Because I might as well. And also because I might as well give this thing its debut in a race. Sure, we'll go with this. And now, let's go. Okay, so we need 18 takedowns for a gold, 12 takedowns for a silver, and 9 for a bronze. Can I guarantee I am going to get through this without crashing? No fucking way. It's likely not going to happen. Especially when you look at just how chaotic this game really is. And also does that. There was really nothing I could do there. That was definitely the game putting me in that very awkward position. I could do nothing about that, as much as I tried to stay out of it. I want to say amazed to say I actually got a time extension. I'm having trouble trying to rack the AI at the moment. They're not letting me rack them. Although I suppose that's one way to get started. Yeah, winning these races without crashing around most of these tracks, that is an hellacious task. And it's probably going to be I think the most frustrating task around either here or Eternal City, depending on how much traffic there is, in terms of winning a race without crashing. I've got it around some places, but getting it around all places... yeah, that's basically just asking for someone like me to take the piss. Because in some cases it quite literally feels like that is what I am fucking doing by trying to do that. But, as ever, I am willing to try. And I am willing to make sure that it gets done if possible. Right, that's the bronze. Now... I need to... go. Now I need to go for the silver. Okay, there's one of them at least. Okay. Can I wreck someone, please? Yes, I can. I will say, getting the wrecks in this game, they are more challenging in this game than they were in Burnout 3. Because, unlike Burnout 3, the takedowns are not happening immediately. Because you basically just need to make contact with the AI in order to get there, whereas in this game, you really have to shunt them into the wall and make sure you somehow don't miss. And apparently that payback got me the gold. I guess someone else must have been caught up in my wreck. But anyway, I'm now up to 20. Can I please get one more? Just to really put the cherry on top for this one. Yes, I can. Okay, we got 21. I think my current record up to this point is 36. But considering my car is already damage critical, I doubt I'm going to reach or pass that. And I get wrecked from behind. However, I do get payback. And I think that puts my total up to 22. And yes, it does. New event, and also a new car. I think I'll do one more event for this episode, since that one is the least frustrating event I've done so far here in Tier 8. And then afterwards, we can focus on getting through the rest of Tier 8 in the next episode. So, we move on. And now we've got the factory R190 GT. So suffice to say, these are definitely homologation specials. But anyway, I think what we'll do now, we'll do one more event. And then we'll get on with the other ones in the next episode. I think that sounds like a good idea. Because we still have a lot of these to do, so I'm going to do one more for this episode. And I think what we'll end this off with, we'll do the race on the short circuit. Even though this car should technically be the factory R202 GT. Sure, we'll drive this thing in red. And we'll just get on with it. So here we are then for another Crash Breaker race. And we're doing 3 laps around here, so I doubt we're gonna come out of this one without being wrecked at least once. At this point in time, that seems impossible. You know what? I'm not fucking about like this anymore. I'm actually going to make damn sure I kill my opponents. I'm gonna make absolutely sure that I shoot to hit and never to miss. There probably will be misses, but I am gonna make absolutely sure I take them out as much as I can. Because at this point... Okay, that was a payback that actually paid off. Thank God for that! Okay. I think that was worth it. I would have honestly been even more frustrated with myself had that not worked. But thankfully it did. And at least I got someone involved in my wreck. Which is precisely what I wanted. And also because at this point in the game, that's kind of what I need. I was also pretty sure I did two traffic attack events. I knew that was coming. Well, at least it was worth it. Because I got the payback. It was worth it. Okay, surely I can get through the rest of this race without having to just quite literally continue getting wrecked bombastically the way I have been at the moment. Surely I can somehow survive this with a win. If I can manage to keep all my other opponents out the way and just keep punting them out the way as much as I possibly can. Okay. Well, I almost survived. Although it still doesn't count because I am not at the front of the field. Okay. Okay, surely this chaos does come with a limit, right? There has to be a limit to the chaos. As a matter of fact, I am pretty sure there is a limit to the chaos. Regardless of how bombastically false that probably sounds. Well, at least I'm up at the front again. But I can definitely say that this race has been in plenty of carnage. Okay, I actually remembered that was a left turn this time. So I do not have to get angry at myself for missing what should have been a left turn. And I think I am about to get angry at myself again because I made that mistake. Hopefully the field is... okay, the field is close enough for me to actually recover from it. But from this point on... okay, I know it says that was a singular takedown, but that could have just as easily been a double. Okay, can I get it right this time? Yes, I can. I survive the carnage. And by the end of that, I scored a total in the end of 17 total takedowns. Although I still haven't got the third signature. And in terms of counter blows, I only had one. Well, that's everything for you. Yeah, that's why I don't really look at the stats, because, well, they don't really matter. There we go. Another gold is ours. And now we can call it an episode and then move on to the next episode. Alright. Another race event is done. And I think up to this point, I am actually going to call it an episode because I've now done 7 events. And I have also won 55 cars up to this point of the game, and we've now got over 1,200 takedowns with 18 signature takedowns, and 53 revenge TDs as well. And we're 81% complete, so we're now going to move on to the next episode, where next time we will probably do Grand Prix 8. Stay tuned for the next one.